Hello, I'm Adam,
And I'm Brienne.
and we're Twin Flame Union Within, and we're talking about abundance.
Yeah,
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 flux, though.
yeah. We're gonna do. Normally, when we create content for you guys, we normally have like a subject, something that we know that we're gonna come in and talk to you about, or kind of like a teaching. But instead, today we're just gonna share like what we've been moving through in our union, and yeah, just so the highlight of the last 2 days have been like abundance blocks and support blocks. And I feel like it all started, okay, well, yeah, like I can share my piece. So before I come to Norway in February, well, this has been going on for a while. And if you've been watching my videos for, ever since kind of like, I don't know, back in Christmas of 2019. Yeah, so I've had a lot of dental work done, like some surgeries and things. So I'm finally like in the end stages of that, where I had an implant placed in my jaw, right? So they can put a crown on top of that. And I had bone grafting and everything done. And so I had that, the implant placed right before I come to Norway in February. And so it's healed up now and it's prepared. It's ready for an implant. So anyways, God is very much guiding me to get that done here in Norway because we don't really know when we're going to go back to the States. And so anyways, my insurance does not work here in Norway. So I got to kind of pay for that out of pocket, which is going to be around $1,200. So God is like guiding us to have this done. But yeah, it's just some abundance blocks have come up in that. And of us feeling like, that's a huge chunk of money. And if we give that, are we going to get that back, right? Like it's almost a feeling of like you're giving it, or it's being you're outputting that, but feeling like it won't be replaced, or there won't be more that comes in. It like limitations, right? It feels like there's a limited pool of abundance that we were taking from, or working from. And so we've been moving through that. And also too, like, the house that we're currently in, which is Adam's house, they've recently started redoing the roof. And I'm sorry, you have a landlord, right?
I have, well, I used to own the house, but I sold it to the neighbor, but I still live here.
There you go. Okay, so yeah, he owned this home and he sold it with the intentions of moving, but, didn't really find a place to move to, I guess, and ended up staying here. So the landlord, now the neighbor, is replacing the roof. They're in the process of doing that right now. They just started 2 weeks ago. Yeah, today makes 2 weeks. And also too, we didn't know it, but they've built a beautiful deck. Before, like when you walk into the backyard, there was just like a little cement slab. I mean, it was enough room for some chairs and a table, right? But it was pretty little and it was cement. But they've replaced it with a huge deck, and the deck wraps around the house. It goes all the way around, like to where this room is. It's beautiful, and it's like dark wood. It's gorgeous. So anyways, like when they were putting that in and we seen what they were doing, and so it's almost like a feeling come up inside of me, like we needed to hurry up and get out of the house. Like we were not worthy of the upgrades, right? Like someone else needed to move in here, but I didn't catch it until I was like, oh, this is crappy. Like I'm feeling like we're not worthy of an upgrade, right? This is God's home. Like it doesn't matter whose name it's in, it's God's house. God's upgrading the house. Everything is God. It's God's money, God's home, God through us, God through the neighbors. It's all God. So yeah.
I'm very excited about that deck, though.
Yeah.
I'm out the window all the time, like, ooh, look at that deck. Ooh.
Yes. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's gonna be really nice.
And the weather here in Norway, like we finally are having, it's normally cold all the time, but we're fine. Yeah, Adam doesn't think so.
Now she's like, oh, it's too warm. Before it's too cold.
Yeah. So. Well, hey, it was like it's freezing and then it just starts getting warm. So now it's like and I guess in Norway they don't really have some of the houses have central heat and air, but I guess for the most part they just run off like a wood stove, right, in the wintertime.
Mhm.
And then in the summertime you just kind of wing it with some fans. So so it's we got the windows open. It gets a little toasty in the house, but
Mhm.
anyways, yeah, so the weather's nice, and it's beautiful to enjoy that deck, and it like outlooks a lot of beautiful land, some
Mhm.
trees and things. It's gorgeous. So yeah, as we're moving through the abundance blocks and knowing that we're fully supported as we continue to choose love,
Mhm.
we're moving into a place of enjoying these things that God is providing us, and rather than feeling that we're not worthy of it. And yeah, what do you want to add to this?
No, it's just like it's every time also we're like you needed some new t-shirt because you didn't bring a lot of t-shirt, right?
Mhm.
Because you came like in the winter and you had like a little
Yeah,
suitcase thing and
yeah.
but then it's like, oh well, spending money on that now, like oh yeah, it's like these
Mhm.
abundance blocks again, right? Like,
Mhm.
oh, do we really have that? Or
Yeah.
yeah, so I think every time we're wanting to like order something or it's like really, oh no, it's
Mhm.
like these
Mhm.
yeah, but we did end up doing it today though,
We
so
did
yeah.
because life purpose class, right? If you don't have life purpose class, that we were applying, everything. Life purpose class is taught by Jeff and Shalia,
Hmm.
and we're students of Twin Flame Ascension School and life purpose class. But life purpose class shows you how to develop and live your life purpose, and how to continuously unfold that. And so, one of the key components of that is allowing God to guide your money, right? Allowing God into your
Hmm.
finances and allowing that flow. So, we're very much basically like we ask God,
Hmm.
or we flow with where God is guiding us to.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, we come from a place like if God is asking us to love ourselves in the form of, well, it's time to get some new clothes, or it's
Hmm.
time to do this for yourself or do that for yourself.
Yeah.
Like we're learning to trust
Hmm.
that and know that um, as we love ourselves in that way, we're giving to ourselves, we're giving to God,
Hmm.
right? And it's a continuous cycle. Like it's
Hmm.
just it's a beautiful relationship of giving and receiving and allowing it to continue to flow. And as it continues to flow, it continues to expand and grow from that. You create more abundance, more beauty in your life. And also too, when God is inviting you to love yourself in that way, you naturally have a lot of joy in, when whether you're buying yourself some shirts, or yeah, like going for a massage,
Hmm.
or just treating yourself in whatever way God guides you to,
Hmm.
you know, um, it feels good in your heart. And that goodness, that good feeling in your heart, and keep in mind, it's not the thing that's making you happy. The happiness is manifested from within, right? And you naturally take steps. Um, you got to take steps outwardly, right? Like as you increase your abundance within, God's going to guide you externally in ways to invest that, right? And so as you invest that and that joy, it multiplies in your heart, and you receive more abundance, more support, and more love.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so it's been a lot of that
Mhm.
abundance,
Mhm.
and I feel like we're going deeper into communication
Yes.
between us and
Mhm.
um, sharing, the deepest, darkest feelings.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. It's like keeping that, like it doesn't matter, right? Like you can be fully open and share your feelings, right, with your twin flame because it's safe,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think like I had a fear. I used to have a fear that I can't really share like the bad stuff or
Mhm.
like
Mhm. The bad stuff.
yeah, like if I had an upset with you or something, like I would kind of
Yeah.
like trying, well, yeah.
Yeah. It's safe with your twin flame.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's safe to be completely open and vulnerable.
Yeah, and yeah, and I feel like the reactiveness, we don't really have so much of that anymore. It's more like
Mhm.
oh, this triggered me, okay,
Yeah.
like yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing personal ever, right?
Yeah, it's never personal. It's just simply a miscommunication in the union.
Mm-hmm.
And it's safe to be present with one another
Mm-hmm.
and communicate, like actually communicate, like speak how you're feeling and be very honest in how you're feeling, and you work through it together. You move through it. And it also deepens that. Yeah, it just helps you to go deeper into your union overall.
Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
very good, very secure. Yeah, I guess in the beginning we were talking about this, it was like, oh, yeah, there were so
Yeah.
many upsets in the beginning,
Yeah.
right? Like, oh, yeah, this
Yeah.
feels, yeah.
Yeah, like for me too, like I had a pattern of, you know, when I would get upset, I wanted to be alone and I would leave, not like leave, but like leave into a different room or something, right? So that's something that I'm moving through, is that knowing that it's okay. Like I don't need to leave the room, right? Because normally in an older, in a relationship that's not with your twin flame, um, it's like you sacrifice that part of yourself, or you tuck it down, right? You don't allow yourself to move through it and feel it. You just tuck it away, or you'll leave the situation to just an unhealthy dynamic, right? But knowing that in your union it's completely different. Like it's safe to communicate and you don't need to exit the room. Like that's not always necessary. um well, sometimes it's okay, but you don't have to like leave the room to go, be in another room to heal your upset. Like you can do it together. You can communicate and move through it together. Yeah.
Yeah, that feels very good. For us, this worked really well when we're just
Yeah.
like talking, I feel like it feels like the upsets are clearing much faster when we
True.
just talk about it, right?
Yeah, when we just choose to stay present and we just communicate like how we're both feeling, we find that we move through it a lot faster.
Yeah.
And we can continue moving forward rather than feeling that we need to sit in separate places and try to move through it on our own.
Yeah. Well, for us, this works better.
Exactly.
Better for someone else, who knows? But this is
right.
For us. It's been like a magic thing.
Yeah, and each union is so unique and different. And I know, like for me, for a while, I was living alone in Fort Smith. That's where I'm from, Fort Smith, Arkansas. And I lived alone, and it was just kind of like, I mean, I had my friends and my family, right, that I dialogued with all the time. But for the most part, I spent most of my time with God, right? So I was used to just going within and healing my upsets, like being there, like using a deck of cards or reading a book, A Course in Miracles, and just like moving through my feelings. But it's like I kind of like transcended that in a sense, where I was always doing it with my twin flame internally, right? Because they're within you. But now it's like I've transcended that as I've manifested my harmonious union, and now it's like kind of leveling up in that sense, where I have my twin flame, and it's safe for us to go into those places together, when we're upset, and move through it together. So yeah, it's just I don't really know where this video is going. We're just kind of sharing, but
well,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Just, yeah, because I feel like especially like in the beginning, there was a lot we didn't know, right? And I was like, oh, how does other union, how is this and how is that? And it felt a bit like, wobbly, I think was the word you used as well. Like, oh, how do we deal with this? And if she got upset, I was like, oh my God, I don't even know how to.
Yeah, because it goes back to like, normally, well, I know for me and Adam, when we, before we started the mirror work and everything, going deeper into our inner healing, we don't want to upset people. Like we were huge people pleasers and put people in front of ourselves rather than putting ourselves first. And so in that, we did what we could to not upset people. And so, yeah, there was still remnants of that. When we come into harmonious union, Adam didn't want to upset me and I didn't want to upset Adam. So there was a little bit of a it didn't feel open there, I guess. And so when I first come here to Norway, we were just talking about this yesterday, how it felt. We were in harmonious union and we felt that oneness and that completion. But now that we've moved from that and we've deepened into our harmonious union, we can feel how kind of wobbly it was. right? And we can feel the sturdiness of it now, and it only continues to deepen and I guess root in even more. And it just feels really good. It's like it's stabilizing, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was going to say something. I forgot what it was. Maybe it'll come back.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But I think like recently also it's like coming to the like I'm not responsible for keeping the peace either.
Yes.
I've been like a big like, oh, I'm responsible to keep all the peace here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's God's job.
Yeah.
God is the peace and the union. And this is important, like, for twin flames to know, is that I'm responsible for my happiness and my peace. Adam is responsible for his happiness and his peace. We are not responsible for each other, right? But in that, when we choose and claim happiness and peace within ourselves, and we cultivate that from within, we're naturally in one another's presence, and we're naturally in union in that place of peace, which is our truth. So yeah, know that you're not responsible for making your twin happy, and they're not responsible for making you happy. You cultivate that from within yourself, and that naturally manifests into your reality.
Yeah, it's felt so much better after I released that lie, or
feels lighter, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like I can relax. Of course, like I can feel you're upset, right? But still, it's like, okay, like nothing wrong here. We're just, doing the thing. Yeah, it's okay, right? But releasing that lie felt so good, right?
Yeah, and that's important for the viewers to know too, is that your twin flame can feel you, right? They feel that too, and that's your oneness. And so yeah, that's, in loving your twin flame, it's important that you love yourself, like move through whatever it is that's upsetting you in your heart. And that's the foundation of your union, is unconditional love, unconditionally loving yourself, bringing yourself to a place of peace, and your twin feels that, right? Yeah.
Just
Surrender into your union, surrender into the peace of your union. Yeah, very good. Beautiful. So this is kind of just like an update on what we're processing and moving through. And we hope that a piece of this, or all of it even, spoke straight to your heart, and provided you some clarity. But we love you guys and hope you enjoyed our share. Good. So we will see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.